Howdy, folks. This is the return of the Minnesota Steamroller. The last video I made was in June of 2022. Now we're into January 2023, and I'm coming to you live from Port Charlotte, Florida. So the last video I made was in Wisconsin, outside of a hotel in Madison, and they were horrible videos due to several bad reasons. First, my young, dumb producer. He's young and dumb and full of other things. I'll let you figure it out. He shouldn't video me when I'm wasted. Well, I'm having a brandy night right now, but I'm not wasted. There's having a half a jag on, and there's being totally wasted. When you're totally wasted, they shouldn't film it and put it on for the Facebook public to see. So I haven't faced the public since June of 2022. So this is the return of the Minnesota Steamroller. Coming to you live from Florida. We're on a week vacation. We just had a ribeye dinner. And a lot of things have happened since June of 22. First, I want to apologize to myself, my family, and my friends that were viewers of mine for them horrible videos that we made. What really pissed me off is a jerk from Montana that used to live with me that I booted out of the house.
King Trick.
Yeah, I call him what you want. He's got 1,000 different names. But somebody posted me in the front ground with a bunch of fake bodybuilders wearing G-strings. I do not believe in homosexuality. I would never pose with a bunch of homosexuals. The Apostle Paul has definite writings about that in the Ephesians 5 about homosexuality. I am not a fag and I don't hang out with fags. And that's my views on that. And the only two people had access to post that was my young, dumb producer from Wisconsin that I moved to North Carolina, and that jerk out in Montana that used to live with me. So that's the only way that could have happened. So that's my attitude on that. So let's talk about what's going on in Florida. I've only been here a day or two. The traffic is more than this Minnesota boy knows how to deal with. So the young, dumb producer that just made me a ribeye knows how to deal with GPSs and computers, knows how to navigate that traffic and find places of interest, and especially places that have good ribeye cuts. So I got a full belly, I got a little bit of brandy in me, and let's talk about young, dumb cheeseheads from Wisconsin. I remember last year was Aaron Rodgers was going high in the playoffs. And I remember a young, dumb producer that went to Green Bay to watch the game, and they called me from the 50-yard line, and they were so excited until San Francisco blocked that punt. Their whole attitude changed. Now, the Vikings just lost their playoff game yesterday. I didn't get to see it. I was on a jet plane. And that's, the Vikings had an exciting year. A lot of comeback victories, so the Vikings are entertaining. They just need better defense. They need an offensive line that can run block. They could have a championship football team. They got the skill players. They just don't have the horses on the defensive line and the offensive line. And that's about all I want to say about that right now. We've had horrible times with Joe Biden. I could talk endlessly about the tragedy of Joe Biden. I'm in the great leadership state of Florida with Ron DeSantis and who's that guy, Congressman Byron Donald. And then you got, who's that Cuban guy? What's his name? The producer ain't tell me who he is. I forget his name. You guys know him. He's been around a long time. My brain, I'm not drunk, but my brain ain't working totally right. I can't remember his name. But you got good leadership in Florida, better leadership than we got in Minnesota. Minnesota could be a good state if we could get rid of Minneapolis. So to all you truck drivers out there, I want you to get a flatbed truck, come to Minneapolis, load up that city, and dump it in Chicago, and leave all them deadbeat liberals live with each other. So Minnesota could be a good state. Minnesota has some conservative people in it. So does all of America. Rural small town America and rural countryside has people that support the great Donald Trump. These inner city fag boys with a bunch of homosexuals and counterculture people that listen to horrible entertainment, horrible music, all vote for Democrats. And that's kind of what goes on. So I didn't know where I'm going with this video. I want to apologize to any fans that I had for them horrible videos in Wisconsin. We deleted them, much to my demands on my young, dumb producer from Wisconsin, who came from North Carolina today. I moved him to North Carolina. He came down here and we just enjoyed a bunch of ribeyes. So let's put an end to it. Let's play a song from the UP in Michigan, dedicated to Wisconsin, Minnesota, and the UP. We're going to play the 30-point buck from the Upers from Ishkaming, Michigan.